Ready, set, shape. The Shapeshift podcast is brought to you by Shape, the most powerful mortgage software with everything from texting, lead management, a dialer, LOS integrations, and over 5,000 other apps to help LOs take more deals from new lead to closed loan. All right, so I'm here with Paul Love. What's up, brother?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, man. We're at LeadsCon, and we're kind of nerding out about it. A couple different little things that I think is super nerdy, like AI and customer assist, but you're talking about it at a level that's kind of above my head. What does Verse do? And I guess why are you here at LeadsCon?
So Verse is a conversational texting platform, and it's driven by a human-assisted form of AI. So I'm here at LeadsCon. I head up partnerships for the company. I'm here at LeadsCon to meet new partners, develop relationships with the existing ones, and just get a sense for what's going on as things are constantly changing.
I mean, for sure, to say the least. I mean, my God, it's like, I feel like 2020 was yesterday, but it's 2023, it's about to be 2024. What would you say are the biggest things that have changed in the past 3 years?
Well, definitely AI. I've been with Verse for almost 5 years. As a matter of fact, we just rebranded the company as Verse.ai instead of Verse.io.
Okay.
As just a sign of what's been happening, and that's really the biggest trend. We were alone, I feel, as a vendor providing the type of service we provide with a focus on AI 3 or 4 years ago, and now there's obviously there's a lot of them. And there's all different types of AI and all different types of services built around AI, and obviously it's still pretty unique what we do, but
right.
That's probably the biggest change. And for us as a company, also just expanding into so many industries. We started out in real estate only for 5 years, and about 5 years ago we started expanding. So,
well, yeah, and that's kind of like where Shape is. Shape was really mortgage centric, but it's also branched out into real estate, into solar, into a lot of different types of fields. Where is Verse in that? Are you guys in solar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
real estate?
We're in a lot of industries. So, like I said, we started in real estate, then we went to mortgage, then we went to solar, then we went to home services. We're also in education, legal, insurance, debt, and other things as well. Really, what we do can be applied almost anywhere.
Okay.
We would be in many more industries if we had more resources. It's not for lack of opportunity. It's just we tend to try and focus on an industry at a time as we expand. So, but it's really a universal solution for just about anybody.
What are you most excited about at LeadsCon 2023?
I'm most excited about seeing my friends. You finally get to the point where you've been in an industry long enough, you actually know people, and you're not like standing on the wall alone trying to wonder if anybody will talk to you.
100%.
So I'm excited to see all the people I've come to know and get updates on their companies. I'm here to work on a couple huge deals as well, and certainly excited about those.
Cool. How does a robust CRM, dialer, true lead management system complement Verse?
All the leads live in that system, and from my understanding, you've built texting capability into the platform. It's one of the tools that your customers already use to engage leads, and relative to the way we do it and the capabilities we have, it's obviously not as robust, but it's a sign that it's a needed utility, and Verse really can take all of that to the next level. So there's synergy by default, just because your customers need to have their leads engaged.
100%.
One way or the other. And they can only do so much of it manually, especially when you think about aged leads and going back through the database, which we do a lot of. So that there's a fundamental synergy, I believe, between really any CRM and what Verse does.
And to be clear, Verse doesn't replace a human being. It just amplifies a human being to do a lot of the tasks that frankly, human beings aren't actually doing.
They don't want to do it, and they're not good at it. Technology is so much better at the grunt work of following up with leads, and that's not all Verse does. We have conversations about a lot of different things beyond pursuing leads, but absolutely. We're really here to give teams leverage. We're trying to make sure that they're good at what they do. They're good at closing deals, but they need to be having conversations all day long with people who are likely to close.
100%.
And we make that possible at a minimal expense relative to the manual grunt work of trying to do it with your humans.
Paul Love at LeadsCon.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Brian. So we're here at LeadsCon 2023 with Ruben Ugarte.
That's correct.
How are you, bro?
You nailed it. I'm good.
Dude,
How are
what's
you?
up, man? I'm great. I'm excited to be here. So we're talking a little bit about what your company does,
Yep.
what you specialize in. But first, just to start off, man, how you doing here at LeadsCon?
I'm great. Chicago. A lot of good partners, prospects, clients. Doing a home service dinner later tonight. So
Cool.
yeah, we're excited to be here.
I'm always so pumped to see all the people that you don't see like every single day.
Yep.
But you work with people every single day
Yeah.
nationally.
It's a great chance to like shake people's hand, buy them a coffee, and yeah, it's in person.
and truly connect.
Totally.
So we were starting to nerd out, and I was like, wait. Let's stop this and
Yeah.
let's hit record.
Yep.
So what does your company do?
Yeah, so ActiveProspect, we're a SaaS platform based out of Boston. We're considered a lead management, compliance, and intelligent routing tool. We sit as a protective layer in front of the CRM, so in front of Shape, and folks in all types of different industries, home services, insurance, CPG, can route their lead data, whether it's first or third party, into our technology, into our platform, and in real time give real-time decisions such as rejecting for duplicates,
Oh, wow.
rejecting for out of area. We have a product called Trusted Form Compliance. It allows brands to get a token or a certificate to authenticate every lead that they purchase
Wow.
from third-party providers.
Okay, so I think duplicate rejection is understated. It's like it's like we don't talk about it because I've been the one man off, shop buying the lead.
Right.
And I don't know if this is a duplicate or not, and I can't reject it at the spot, so I have to pay for it, call it 14 times, then, this is a duplicate, and then send it back and hope that I get a refund.
Yeah, and that's kind of the old school method that a lot of people still use today. We're real-time rejection. I think more and more folks, especially in home services, which is kind of my vertical, folks are still, hey, what is real-time rejection?
Yeah,
and,
right.
Wow, I can do this. And this is such a common tool in other industries like insurance and other, financial services. But home services is finally coming around, so we're getting a lot of different brands. Mostly 90% of our 150, 160 client base is end installers, and more they're using real-time rejection on our platform to save money on the media side, but also improve the conversions in their call center, the concept of better data in, better results out.
All that's great, but how about just not wasting your time on somebody that is never going to convert? I mean, it's just like, just take all that time out of it. Man, I think that's a game changer for a lot of people.
It is, and I think the fact that with Trusted Form, you can get a timestamp, and you can get lead age, so you know how old the lead is that you're purchasing. Those two fundamental fields are fields that we can send into Shape, and folks can understand, hey, am I buying leads that are older? Am I buying real time? Like, what am I actually doing?
Have you ever seen Shape? Like, have you ever seen a demo of it?
I actually have, yeah.
What's the coolest thing? Okay, yeah, because look, you're in this space. You're a nerd. I mean, sorry, bro, we're nerds. You know what
totally.
I mean? What wowed you? What was something that you're like, wow, this is actually really cool?
I think out of the Shape software, the fact that you can be in multiple different verticals. There's a lot of CRMs that are specific to one vertical. And correct me if I'm wrong, you guys are applicable to a number of different industries. So I think that flexibility is what people are looking for.
Yeah, I mean, we're big in mortgage and real estate, of course.
Right.
But also we're huge in solar. And we're not even half of our clients are
Gotcha.
mortgage, for instance. So a lot's changed since 2020 to 2023.
Yep.
What's ActiveProspect working towards, and what are you most excited about in the future?
Our disposition feedback feature that'll allow brands to not only deliver leads to CRMs like Shape, but also take out dispositions on a daily basis and feed them back into our platform that will allow buyers to really have a full circle of lead disposition and better data analysis. So I think that's huge.
So basically you better define what your ICP, your ideal client profile is, before you even buy it.
Well, we want the ability for buyers to not only take in and filter and have compliance and ingest into their CRM, but also share those disposition data back to their lead providers, to their own internal reporting, I think it's just the full loop that everybody needs, and that's what I'm excited about that we're building.
So that's the feature. What's the benefit? What does somebody get from that?
The benefit would be the automation of disposition back to your lead vendors for lead marketing, media optimization, the ability to have CAC reporting inside of one tool.
Cost of acquisition, got it.
Yeah, and just having a full feedback loop where you're feeding data in and feeding data out.
Ruben, it's been fun to nerd out with
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
We're here at LeadsCon 2023 with Sam Popham. What's up? How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good to meet you. So what does TrackDrive do? And I guess here, why are you excited to be here at LeadsCon?
Yeah, so TrackDrive is an inbound call tracking platform, and we also have a full outbound dialing system and a full agent CRM.
Okay.
So a little bit of everything, anything to do with calls, that's what we do.
So do you guys actually like do the calling, or is it something where like a loan officer or a real estate agent, they manage it, or is there like AI involved, or it's just like a...
So we're a full platform and software. So
Okay.
Really what we do is we provide call tracking DIDs. A lead will call in and our software is able to track everything, all of the analytics, record it, and then from there we have all of these really cool routing capabilities. So that's the inbound side and how it works. And then we have a full agent CRM and dialing system, so people will put their leads into the platform and then agents will be in there. We can track whenever they are like on a break, when they're active, and then calls out on leads, they qualify, and we can either do live transfers or close in house.
So talk about LeadsCon. Why are you here? Why'd you come here to LeadsCon Connect?
So we always come to LeadsCon. Every year we came to just meet new clients, see old clients, make connections, referrals, really anything you name it. We're just here to get our brand out there, meet people, and get our product out in the world.
What are you most excited about for the future?
Yeah, I would say just meeting new people. I feel like now after, the shutdown and all of that, everyone is finally back out. And so just excited to see everyone again, make new connections, meet people, and lots of shows lined up. So
Awesome. We're just talking, you're Miss I'm Shy, but you are a former what?
So I spent 3 years dancing with the Denver Nuggets. And then before that...
I'm so shy, I don't want to get in front of a camera, but I'll dance in front of 60,000 people.
Yeah, that's how it goes,
Okay, so
that's how we are.
So all right, I guess we're gonna learn to dance. So how?
All right, let's do it.
I'm the
okay.
worst dancer, so like I'm awkward with this. So
let me know. Do you like hip hop? Do you like jazz? What style do we want to go for?
Whatever's gonna make the audience love it more. So
we gotta get you twerking then.
Okay, twerking.
Totally kidding.
All right. I was like, all right, sign me up. Okay, well, what are we gonna do?
Let's see. All right, so we're gonna go 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the step clap is like our thing, right? Because we're there to hype up the crowd.
Okay, so
we go 5, 6. So we're just clapping. Step, clap, 7, 8. All right? Perfect.
Got it. Okay.
So from here, we're gonna drop down and we're gonna go 1, 2. Yes, that's
like that?
so good.
Like that? All right.
Okay, ready? 1, 2.
1, 2.
And then we're just gonna pop.
Stay down.
3, 4. You said you want to twerk, so here we go. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's so good.
Yeah?
That's actually really good. I'm proud.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. This is very on spot. We're gonna go 5, and we're just coming through our hair. Yep, 5, down 6, and now we snake up 7, 8. And do a little hair flip, all right? We're gonna go up like that. That's so good, yes.
All right, we did
let's
it.
put it together.
Let's put it together, yeah. Let's
All
put it
right,
together.
ready? So we're gonna go.
Okay.
1, 2.
What, are we going this way first?
Yeah, to the
Okay.
right. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. We go 5, 6, 7. Low. We go 1, 2. Yes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes.
Sam, that was great.
That was so great.
Love that.
I love it.
LeadsCon 2023 with Julie Eddy at Falcon Marketing Inc. Am I saying that the right way?
Falcon Marketing.
So Julie is a CMO, and why are you here at LeadsCon 2023?
Well, we run a kind of small agency right now, and our company is growing, and our clientele and base is growing. So we're trying to kind of get ideas on how we can make things run a little bit smoother for our company, but also gather any ideas, lead generation for our clients. That's primarily what we do. and network as well.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I mean, it's LeadsCon Connect, so you want to be connecting with people. What's like your ideal client? Like, you're coming here to connect. Who would you want to connect with?
Well, our clients are primarily in the financial publishing industry, and so that's kind of our niche. But anybody outside of that, we're kind of dabbling in a little bit of health industry as well. So an ideal client would be somebody who's looking for like ad network lead generation and help with that. We also help with funnel build outs. So anybody who has those needs.
So like, if I'm going to hire you, you're going to do the lead generation and call it and schedule appointments, or it's more so, hey, we're going to get you the leads,
Yes.
and then the next part is for you to figure out the best way to do it.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do you partner with any CRM companies? Because I mean, here that's what we do.
Some of our clients come to us with tech needs and needs that would, like, we could definitely like fill a hole there for them if that's what they needed. They're usually built out, but oftentimes they come to us with like tracking issues, or if it is a CRM issue, we'll point them in a direction where hey, this is really outdated. Like some of our clients have had luck with like this company or whatever, and we'll make those connections and suggestions for them.
Well, yeah, because I mean, have you ever had it be an issue where like, look, we just got you a ton of leads, and you got me all these leads, but I'm overwhelmed. I can't call them all. I mean, is that a typical problem that you see, or?
Monetization is huge, and if they're not executing and you're not seeing conversion rates, I mean, in those numbers, those are the steps that we have to take. Like, what are you guys doing on your end, and where can we help?
Right, and what's the most right way to do it, and can you actually get it done?
Yeah.
So what would you say are the biggest opportunities for people that are marketing and getting leads? What are like the biggest, I guess, gaps in people's business that you see if they were to fill that, they'd be light years more successful?
Phone sales.
Phone sales?
For our clients, yeah.
So what do you mean?
Getting those leads on the phone.
Getting them on the phone. So that's the biggest thing. Not doing automation, not doing all this stuff, actually making a direct phone call straight to the client.
I think that at some point automation, yes, but the volume in which we normally deal with warrants just like a sales team that can connect directly with those leads once they're like warm.
Cool. It feels like just yesterday was 2020. It's 2023 now. I guess what's changed the most since 2020 to now, and what are you most excited about in the future?
I think the demographic in which our clients work with, and just like how technology has impacted the availability of, getting leads, who are we looking at, and how are they accessing information, really impacts where we advertise, and, how are we, I mean, there's so much technology in terms of like competitive analysis as well, and so, it's opened up a lot of doors for us and how we obtain leads.
Okay, and what are you excited about in the future?
You mentioned something about like automation, and what comes to mind is AI and what that provides for our industry and our agency. Just off the top of my head, software that helps us generate ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Copywriting, doing all that stuff, putting it together. And I think that a lot of people miss that, like, AI is not going to replace humans, it's going to amplify them.
Enhance it.
Yeah, enhance the whole system.
Yes.
All right, cool. Julie, LeadsCon 2023. Thanks for coming out. Here at LeadsCon 2023, I'm with the mayor of LeadsCon, Joey Liner. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you. So, like, I've never met you before.
Yeah.
My buddy Scott over here is telling me, you are the mayor, you got to know Joey. Why do I got to know Joey?
So I've been in the space for about 20 years. I started back in 2003 selling mortgage leads, the first refi wave, shared internet leads. You know? And so it kind of got me into the ecosystem. My friend had started up business mirroring like kind of the lending tree. Banks compete you in.
That's how I started, bro.
That's it, dude.
Like, yeah, for sure.
That's it. And so I learned the business pretty quick, selling leads to brokers. And then there was some direct-to-consumer like the AmeriQuest, New Centuries of the world. I got into contact center world because one of our biggest retail buyers came to us and said, hey, if you could get these people on the phone for us, we pay you a bigger bounty for it. And so it kind of went off, bells went off, and warm transfer.
Wow.
We called it a hot transfer at the time, but then it seemed like the industry accepted more warm transfer.
Yeah.
I stayed in that almost up to 2016 till we got acquired. I stayed on even beyond that, but the key was I got diversified in different verticals. So
Okay.
LeadsCon started in 2008 in the financial crisis. I got into education, insurance, home services.
Wow.
So I really was able to expand my horizon with contacts, and so work with a lot of brands, work with a lot of different product services, and then I got into digital media solutions as their chief revenue officer in 2019. Really expanded my offerings from service provider to a more of a media lead gen, and and then I started my own consulting business about 1.5 years ago.
Dude, that's badass. Okay, well, I'm glad that I know you. I started with calling leads, and like I worked for one of the brokers that was calling the lending tree leads, getting hung up on, spending a lot of time actually reaching out to connect to the client, and like if you had an 80% contact rate, you were crushing it. 20% though, you went through a big call structure or call strategy and you didn't contact. So what you did was effectively you eliminated all of that time that someone was spending.
That's right.
And created the hot transfer. Where do you see it going? Because that's like late 2000s, early 2010s. That was the like cutting edge. Where's the cutting edge now?
So it's, like you said, the blocking and tackling's there because you want sales professionals to be more productive so they can sell more. I think really everybody's talking about AI and how that's going to be incorporated into the sales process. You see it on the front end with SMS and how to make it convenient for the consumer, right? So like you're outreaching to your inquiry,
right?
But we grew up in the 2000s or 2010s era, just pounding the phone. Right? Pick up. It's convenient for the sales professional.
Yes.
But the pendulum is really now, and maybe to a regulatory environment too with the FCC, is we got to think about putting the consumer first and giving them mechanisms to tell us when they'd like to speak to us, because we all participate in different industries, verticals. A lot of the time, the consumer still wants to speak to a human. We just can't force it by blasting them. So we have to now, as a group, as an industry, performance marketing, industry, performance marketing category, and then industries representing is, hey, how can we start making it more convenient for the consumer? And I think you'll see a lot more consumer-initiated inbounds. So you'll see a lot more direct click-to-call campaigns in different verticals.
What about just like scheduling an appointment?
That's happening as well. I think that's great. It's nice when you can do it through AI, SMS, because then the consumer can call in. But if you can link it to calendar through, your CRM, perfect. And I know you guys do that as well.
Well, here, I was talking to somebody the other day about just the differences in generational ways that people like to contact. Like for instance, like baby boomer, for instance, they want a phone call. Gen X, send me an email.
Or text.
Or Gen Y is text, and then Gen Z is going to be send me a DM. And I know
true.
It's funny,
this is
but
true.
it's true. How are you seeing the industries adapt to what the younger generation actually wants?
So you're spot on, right? It's different forms and different channels where people want to connect. I think you really got to know your ideal customer audience, right? Because there's certain verticals that I work in that actually do really well, like on TikTok or Snapchat, and then there's certain categories like if it's seniors, like you're going to go on Facebook. So you really got to understand when you deploy your dollars for performance marketing, like know where your audience is, but then know how they prefer to communicate. So if you're marketing them on TikTok, they may actually want to send you a message and fill out a traditional lead form like a senior will. So can you engage through that that channel with them and still satisfy their needs?
So in regards to like Shape, because that's what we do here, we got Shape on.
I love Shape.
How do you see Shape as a solution? And you're mentioning multiple different verticals. A lot of my friends are in the mortgage industry, but I would say in any vertical, how does a well thought out, well organized, well deployed lead management system optimize what it is that you do?
One of the reasons why, and I love Shape, is because you guys are majority tech. So I think, if you're going to pick a partner that is engaging and helping you engage and communicate with your consumers and your hand raisers, you want to know that they have a deep investment into tech and always thinking about, what's coming down the line, right? I think in performance marketing over the last decade, and Scott and I have talked about this so many times, is lacked innovation. And one of the things I love about you guys is you are market makers. You are helping us innovate in a space that hasn't had much innovation. So if I am a lead buyer and I'm spending, and I know that every precious dollar I have is going out there getting consumers, whether it's mortgage, insurance, debt, home services. I want to make sure that I'm banking on a partnership that is tech forward, whether it's with AI, whether it's with routing leads to the right sales professional, and right timing, is critical for that success. So the old traditional methods, I think, can get you only so far.
Yeah.
And I think you really have to look at, who's putting more into future and consumer experience.
We just rolled out 60 updates, like major updates
Exactly.
in the software that everybody gets, by the way. I know there are different solutions out there that it's like the same email drip campaign from 2010.
That's it.
Like literally, like when I started, it's the same thing. And like, could you argue that, well, if it's not broke, don't fix it?
Right.
Well, yeah, but it's 2023.
That's
Right.
right.
It's different. So, okay, and speaking about that,
Yeah.
how have things changed? So like, I feel like 2020 was just yesterday. Don't you? I mean, like, I feel like it's just like, holy cow.
It's good to be
2023.
here, though. That's a good thing.
Well,
It's good to be
well,
here.
Right. So what's the biggest changes that you've seen since 2020 right now at the end of 2023?
So the biggest thing we're staring down, I think, as a lead generation, performance marketing community is we've lacked putting the consumer first. I think we as a group have oversaturated our communication methods. We've overkilled messaging to consumers. And so the biggest thing going into the new year is the FCC right now is looking at potentially blowing up the shared internet lead model, which would shake up a lot of folks
Wow.
in here and the call center space. Yes, the doomsday model would be a one-to-one consent,
Wow.
which I understand what the FCC is trying to do as far as letting the consumer know clearly who they want to speak to. The challenge and the problem with that is they're not going to be able to get comparison shopped, right? And that's why when we first started and we got into letting trade banks compete,
you win. Right.
So I think there's this big, mystery right now on how they're going to respond, and we're going to know in the next couple months, but that's really what I'm looking at finishing off the year.
If I'm just thinking about it, I like, for instance, I just got a window quote. My phone blowed up.
Yeah.
And I know people like on the mortgage side of things, you fill out a lending tree application, your phone is going to be blown up.
That's it.
I think that people don't want that, and they don't expect it.
We
so
gotta
like,
do
what's
better.
what's the exactly?
We gotta do
What do
better.
the clients actually want, and then how can it still be a profitable business? So, okay, going forward, what are you most excited about for the future?
I think if you look at performance marketing spend year over year, if you look at like the CAC as people refer to, it just continues to grow. So I
Yeah.
think a lot of whatever vertical or industry you're in, I think it's just proven when you spend X, you're going to get an ROI.
Right.
And so I think I love this industry. I'm not going to leave it. I'm doubling down, tripling down, even though if there's regulatory changes, we'll as a community come stronger together and adapt to it. But performance marketing is going to continue to grow year over year, and you're going to find different means and mechanisms to get hand raisers, but I just love it, Jimmy. I mean, I'm not going away.
That's awesome, bro. All right, Joey, the mayor of LeadsCon.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thanks,
really
brother.
Appreciate it.
We're here with JC. What's up, brother?
Not much. How you doing?
Dude, you're looking flashy, man.
Thank you. I'm trying to keep up with you.
I know, right? For sure.
I like that clad.
My jealousy with you is your hair, actually. That's where my jealousy is
There
at.
you go. All right.
Why are you here? Why are you here at LeadsCon?
Here to see colleagues, clients, friends, vendor partners. Just connect with the community.
We're talking about data integrity.
Yes.
And to the novice, or maybe even not even to the novice, to the person that is buying leads or has lots of data,
Right.
why is data integrity so important?
I mean, it's everything. It's like going to the doctor and not getting an MRI or not getting an X-ray or not getting blood work done. You need to see what's going on, look under the hood, and figure out what's working and what's not working. And so many unsophisticated lead buyers spend a lot of money just buying leads and hoping it works. And they get an ROI, but they could optimize. They could be healthier, if you will.
Right. You were talking about how, in a certain instance, you were only getting feedback on what didn't work. If you were to, like for instance, we provide a lead,
Right.
and we only get feedback on the ones that didn't go with a
Right.
policy or get a sale,
Right.
how much of a game changer is it to get the full picture?
Yeah, 100%. It's like what don't you want and what do you want? And
Right.
all you're showing me is if you send the returns is like, I don't want this. but you're not showing me what I want, what's working.
A targetless goal. How does Shape provide a solution for really what, I mean, here, data integrity and, let's be real, to drive sales?
Yeah, I mean, everything I've seen from the demos and stuff, you guys are super ahead of the game in terms of housing that data, having it in one place, having it accessible via API to vendors like us, so that we could tap into that even on a real-time basis and make adjustments.
JC, where do you work? What company do you work at?
My company's QuoteStorm. I founded it almost 10 years ago, and we help insurance agents with leads and calls.
So if I was going to hire you, what would I expect? What would I get if I'm mainly an insurance agent or like a broker of a bigger?
No, bigger brokers. You know, we started with small mom and pops, like a lot of Allstate agents and small brokerages, and now we're working with large publicly traded entities, call centers, and we're feeding them calls.
Cool.
Compliance focused, so we're working a lot with inbound calls these days, more so than transfers, and also real-time data leads that people can put into a software like Shape and dial out on and nurture, etc.
So a lot's changed from 2020 to 2023. What has changed the most in your industry?
I feel like there's been a shift more towards calls. It's a lot harder to get someone on the phone, I think.
Okay.
Where a lot of people were buying leads and it was easier. Perhaps with Shape, it would be easier to get people on the phone, but if you're not keeping up with technology and texting and other things in a compliant fashion, it's getting harder and harder to get that consumer on the phone.
Click dial, click call. Yes. You have to be efficient when you do it.
So
I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and so because of that, some people have kind of thrown in the towel and moved towards just send me calls.
100%. All right, we talked a little bit about the past. How about the future? What are you most excited about for the future?
Continue to grow in health and Medicare, and the hopefully resurgence of auto come next year. It's been a little bit suppressed the last 18 to 24 months. But just excited to keep doing what we're doing and helping our clients out.
Dude, that's great. That's awesome. All right, brother.
Cool.
JC, everybody. Peter Vitale, what's up, brother?
How are you?
Dude, I'm good. So Scott tells me I have to know you. Why do I have to know you?
Well, I am the founder and CEO of Lead Clinic, which is a new type of insurance lead aggregator that's focused on transparency. I am an insurance agent.
Okay.
I've been an insurance lead buyer for about the past decade or more now.
Okay.
And right, we saw a lot of just a lack of transparency in the system, a lack of trust between lead publishers, lead aggregators, and lead buyers, and we're just bridging that gap, making it a more trusting experience for our clients.
So I talk about this a lot. This is a big thing with lead buyers is number one, data integrity, but number two, rebuying the same lead, but also being able to just send back a lead that you that is not your ideal client.
Yeah.
And also like somebody that's just like completely a no.
We look to eliminate that, right? We do identity verification scoring on every lead we sell, right? So we know it's the actual person that completed the form, right? If you complete a form with my phone number, that's going to show in our identity scoring, and we're not going to sell that to you, right?
Okay.
Because it's not authentic. We don't want that. You're going to have a better cost per acquisition. You're going to be more profitable, absolutely.
100%. Man, a lot's changed in our industries. What's changed the most from 2020 to 2023? And we're at the end of 2023.
Well, I mean, in the insurance market, where the space in which I principally operate, right, we have carriers that are losing a lot of money, right? Allstate, I think, posted a $1.8 billion quarterly loss.
Wow.
State Farm, I think, was over $6 billion loss in the first 6 months of the year,
wow.
right? So what's happening is underwriting is becoming more restricted because carriers need to make money. Carriers need to make money, and they can't go losing $2 billion a quarter. So how does that translate down to insurance agents? They need to be more granular in the leads that they buy. So it's a much more customized approach. It's not just the same standards. Has current insurance, owns a home, right? Sometimes there's certain zip codes we can't write in today, and that's the biggest change.
For instance, I have a house in Fort Myers Beach, Florida.
Okay.
It was totally destroyed in Hurricane Ian.
Yeah.
And the whole state of Florida was
Sure.
just wiped out by that.
Yeah.
Is that kind of something to do with it, or is it more just like more of an industry-wide problem?
It's more of the macroeconomic trends of the high inflationary environment that we're in. Also, you have severity of claims is elevated, and frequency is elevated too. Right? People are getting, if you take this same period of time, let's just take the whole, let's call it 3 years of COVID, take it out of the equation, more accidents today than ever before.
Wow.
Those accidents are costing insurance companies more than ever, not only in physical damage of my car, crashed and I need a new car.
Yeah.
But also the medical payments, and then something we would call social inflation or runaway jury verdict.
Right.
Those are getting a lot more expensive today.
Yeah.
More insurance paid out, not enough rate coming in. Insurance carriers lose money, and that's what we're combating in the insurance industry today.
It's fascinating how it's just all tied together, and just like a couple little things can change everything. So, all right, we talked a little bit about the past. What are you most excited about going into the future?
Look, I think that transparency is what lead generation needs. That's what I'm always most excited about, but I think that closing the feedback loop is also very important. So we need agents, right? Agents that we work with, we require them to use a third-party data and analytics firm to give us disposition data back to help them
And you
optimize.
require that?
Require it. We won't work with clients who don't do it.
And why is that?
Here's the best analogy, right?
Yeah.
We just met, but I'm going to assume you have wife and kids, and if you don't, we're going to pretend you do,
Right,
right?
okay.
You put me in a room with your wife and your kids, and then like 3 enemies, right? You give me a gun and you're saying, just shoot randomly, right? I might kill someone you love. That's a horrible thing to do, right? People who don't give me disposition data back are just asking me to buy leads for them blind. What am I going to do? How do I know if it's working or not working if you don't tell me if it's working or not working? I need to know.
100%.
So we have to have feedback. No different than if you go to a restaurant and then you tell me you don't like it. I'm not going to go offer to take you there again, right? You don't like it.
Right.
So if there are leads that aren't closing for you, we're not going to send you any more of those. Every lead isn't created the same.
And I guess to even add to the restaurant analogy, you might have just ordered the wrong thing.
You could have.
You might have ordered, it might have even been the right thing cooked wrong.
It could be.
So that's kind of the thing, is that you have to know what is working. And I feel like even if you only got what didn't work, like, hey, I didn't like all of these.
Yep.
Okay, but tell me what you do want. Where's our target?
Yep.
Like, I get where we're going away from, but where are we actually headed towards?
That's what we need to know.
What are you most excited about with LeadsCon?
Well, look, I think that LeadsCon is great to bring buyers of leads and sellers to leads together, as well as solutions providers. There's always something interesting going on. There's always new technology solutions. So I love meeting new people, learning about new products that they offer. So that's what I'm always interested in, always most excited about.
Cool. LeadsCon Connect 2023.
Awesome.
We're here at LeadsCon 2023
That's
with
right.
Mike Robinson.
That's right.
All right, with Mike
How you doing,
Robinson.
brother?
What's up, man? It's good to see you.
Good seeing you.
So we're talking a little bit. Scott's like, look, you got to know Mike. Why do I got to know you, bro? Why does everybody here at LeadsCon need to know you?
We are the leader in direct mail. We're one of the only ones here. There's a ton of digital here. We convert and we take digital and we push it into direct mail, and vice versa. We take direct mail and we move it into the digital channel. We're a high volume direct mail provider in Dallas, Texas, and we mail nationwide.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Why direct mail? It seems so old school.
It works. It works. I mean, it proves out. I mean, you look at metrics, at some form or fashion, everybody needs to do some kind of direct mail. Whether it's 90% digital, 10% direct mail, 10% digital, 90% direct mail, whatever it is, you need to do it. It ROIs out. We can definitely prove that it ROIs out.
Wow.
And the younger generation now is trending towards liking to receive direct mail in their mailbox.
That's kind of crazy if you think about it, because you would expect more of the younger generation to not like it. I don't know.
They want to touch and feel stuff now.
But I
That's
feel like the
thing.
older generation probably doesn't want it.
We do all kinds of stuff from retail all the way to the senior market stuff. The senior market is going to direct mail, but some of the responses now are becoming digital.
Wow, okay.
And now the younger generation, they like that touch and feel stuff.
Yeah.
So now we're doing that for them. So they're doing them for different reasons, but it's working. If it wasn't working, we wouldn't be doing 1.5 million, 2 million pieces of mail a day.
I mean, for sure. And at Shape, we got a rep Shape here.
Absolutely.
We talk a lot about omni-channel communication, and it takes 17 contact attempts, omni-channel, to make a sale across multiple industries.
Sure.
So you're saying that direct mail could maybe be one of those pieces.
It absolutely could be one of those pieces. It can be anything from a large campaign to something small as triggers, where you put something in the Shape software saying, hey, if somebody does this, this, or this, let's send this to the direct mail channel.
Like, for instance, hey, I just contacted somebody, had a good conversation, automatically a piece of mail goes to them.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Your
That's super
system
cool.
can pass that on to me, I can take it, drop it in my platform, and mail it out every single day.
Wow, super cool. So a lot has happened in the past few years. Coming from 2020 to the end of 2023, has anything changed in your space? And if so, what has?
So if anything good came out of COVID, it'd be QR codes.
Okay.
Nobody knew what QR codes were, really. No one knew what to do with them. They figured they'd have to download an app or do whatever they needed to do. QR codes, now that everybody had to place an order for dinner, QR codes have been extremely relevant.
Wow.
We're seeing a significant increase in response rates and conversions with QR codes, personalized QR codes, over they were in the past. That's our biggest piece.
I remember making a QR code for something, like, 15 years ago. And like one person scanned it and it was me.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
2009, same way. 2009, we were doing some stuff with Citibank and they were like, no, absolutely not. We don't want to do QR codes.
Yeah.
Fast forward to 2023, every single piece we do direct mail with, I'd say almost every single piece has a QR code on it.
I think it's easier to use too because you hover an iPhone in front of it and it's like click here and then it goes straight to it. And I think people are a lot more, open to clicking on it. Yeah. Whereas in the past, I think you'd be a little bit scared.
Well, they know what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, again, COVID and ordering your food from a menu with a QR code made it readily available.
Everybody sees it.
And everybody sees it, everybody understands it. The older population understands it. They might not like it. They understand it, they use it. And the younger people use it. It's been a great tool for us to convert leads.
So that's what's happened in the past to now. What are you most excited about in the future?
Marketing automation. I mean, we do a lot of marketing automation to direct mail. Personalization. We have technology that I can literally put a picture of your car, if I have the data, your car, my car, somebody else's car on their own personal mail piece. So we can do that, tie that to marketing automation where someone can go in, they can see a mail piece with their picture of their house on it, click a personalized QR code, go to a landing page with a picture of their house on it, because we figured out the more you personalize, the better the responses will be. And with our technology being able to digitally on the fly personalize content, that's been a game changer for us.
You get a physical piece of paper.
Absolutely.
Wow. All right, Mike.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
LeadsCon 2023. Thanks,
Great.
brother. We're here at LeadsCon 2023. I'm here with my good friend Scott Payne. What's up, brother?
What's up, dude?
It's I can't even believe that it's been
3 years. Can you believe that, man? 3 years.
Really, I haven't even gotten the chance to really reflect on it, but we have done hours and hours of Zoom calls, podcast recordings,
hundreds of hours,
and at different companies, at different stages, and just we've done so much together, and it's just crazy how you can have a relationship digitally with somebody, but then you get the chance to actually face to face. Dude, I cannot believe it.
3 years.
I don't know how tall you are, or you know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, I thought that too. I'm like, man, he's a little shorter than I thought he was.
Yeah, he's a little shorter.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. So what are we doing here at LeadsCon?
Hey, man, so we came here to talk to people and build relationships, and really I think what I'm trying to do is make sure that everyone knows who Shape is.
Right.
Right? So we're getting the word out, make sure people know who Shape is, and today we came to the event not really knowing what to expect. Hey, let's show up, let's bring our cameras to see what happens, and come to find out, LeadsCon asked us to, hey, why don't you take kind of the middle of the floor here, in front of the sign, the main sign here, turn the cameras on here, and it turned into that. So
I mean, Jimmy asked.
Jimmy did a great job asking.
Asked,
absolutely.
yeah.
I think it was my good looks, but maybe it was that. Maybe it was that. But I think that it proves the point. I've been telling the story a lot about turning the camera on.
Right.
What's it going to do for you?
Right.
And here we are. We brought 3 cameras, we'll set up tripods, all the stuff. Turn the cameras on. Guess what? Now we're here showcasing the event, talking to all of our partners, giving them the chance to come in and tell their story, and talk to you.
Simple. Microphones, iPhones, record, put an editor on it, and we're going to do it. So, okay. And look, we want to do this at a couple other events, so I think that this is a great time to say this, is that this is LeadsCon. We're going to put together something really epic for all of LeadsCon, but what we really want to do is we want to do this at every event.
Absolutely.
And what we can do is we can help to promote not only the event, but also the sponsors of the event, who a lot of times, the media room...
Let's give them a quick view.
There you go. A lot of times the exhibitor hall, we're going to go there and walk through there in a minute, it goes unnoticed, and people are like, okay, well, where, if you're a sponsor, you paid all the money to be here.
Right.
Not only just the sponsorship costs, paid your people to be here, the hotel rooms,
all of it,
the travel, all the stuff, and then people don't come by your booth. We want to highlight that, so that's what we're going to do.
Right.
Okay, I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Shape Professional Services.
Yeah.
I would say, actually, let's back up. SDP Solutions comes to Shape Professional Services. So what's that transition been like?
It really could not have gone any better. I think that was a lot of my nervousness about something that I'd built over the years, and the team, all of us kind of participated and built in some way, and disrupting that was really scary to me. But what I found was, you look at the Shape team, you look at Danny, you look at Anthony, just the whole team in general, Stewart and Corey and all the guys,
Everybody.
right? Like, everyone has been so welcoming, and it's funny when you have companies that are aligned in the way that we think. One, we're really passionate about what we do. Two, we really care about our people. I mean, it's so aligned with me and Anthony on that part. And so our team has come together. And so like our teams are meeting together now on their own. It's not like they're just becoming long lost friends that are kind of being hooked back up again. It's really, really cool. Really, really good stuff. And end of the day, who's benefits from that? Obviously the customer of Shape is going to benefit from us being a nice cohesive unit, which we were trying to do before as a partnership. It's just a little difficult over time to really pull that off as a partner versus, hey, we're part of the team. We're speaking the same language, and we're on board.
Well, yeah, we're on board. And I look at it like nobody loses. Everybody wins. There's no downside. And if anything, you're right. The customer of STP Solutions now gets fully leveraged. All of the tools, all of the infrastructure, all of everything that you would have never been able to put together on your own. Where do you see SPS, Shape Professional Services, where do you see SPS going in the future? And really, what does it mean to a consumer?
So where I see this, I've already seen it already, is that today, we're talking to a ton of partners, right? And as a partnership, it's one thing to send data back and forth, but to have an actual integration and have a team that really understands the power of the integration and really how to take it to the next level. Because a lot of times you can just enter APIs, people do that all the time. But it's when you're really thinking through the use cases, you're really thinking through how is this going to benefit not only the company, but at the end of the day, all of the consumers on the other end of things.
Right.
Thinking through that experience, right? And so our team brings that to Shape. And not that they didn't have it already, their team has been phenomenal.
Right.
But now it's a different set of eyes, a different perspective, and taking the integration part to the next level where, again, using the partners that are here in the room that we've talked to today and building something really, really cool and impactful with the product. So professional services is a lot more than that. Implementations and re-implementations and new projects. Customization of certain things when needed. But that said, that's the beauty of Shape. It doesn't need to be customized all that often.
True.
It's got it all. So because of that, how do we use our time the best? I think it's where the integration stuff really comes into play. Really cool.
We've talked a lot about, with multiple partners here today, is data integrity.
Yes. Yep.
This is something I never really, I thought I knew a lot about lead management. Data integrity and the importance of it is, I would say, one of the biggest issues that people struggle with right now.
Totally.
If it's garbage in, garbage out, and then the next thing is what do you do? It's feedback to your lead providers, feedback to the people that are actually doing the work.
Yep.
If you don't get the feedback, you're targetless.
Yeah.
You're aimed at nothing. Hopefully it works. And that's the ecosystem. So talk about data integrity and why it's important.
It all comes down to, you mentioned garbage in, garbage out, but it's like salespeople are busy, right? And we know that. And that's part of what we're trying to solve with prioritizations, with all the distributions, all the stuff that we do there.
Yeah.
Okay, people are busy. When they get done with a phone call, we need to make sure they're updating the data correctly, right? So, and in turn, when they're doing that, then we're updating those lead providers to say, hey, this thing is working for us, this thing is not. Let's try to optimize and try to find more of these customers. And so if you can find a way to simplify that for the salesperson, which is number one on my priority list as Chief Product Officer, is to try to figure out, it sounds like
Dude, I know, me too.
CPO,
I'm with you.
whatever it is. But my main goal is how to simplify for the salesperson. And simplified in the past have been UI, this, but there's so much more here that we can expand upon that's going to give the salesperson, let them sell. That's all we would do. Imagine a salesperson who all they did was sell. Imagine that.
As a former salesperson, that is all I wanted to do.
Right.
Don't you dare make me do paperwork, is the way that I would say it. And truly, it's because I'm bad at it. It's because I hate it.
Yeah.
And it takes away from everything that I'm naturally gifted at.
Yep.
It's like it's like putting a person that makes $1,000 an hour to do a $10 an hour job.
Absolutely.
That's just whatever, that sounded super cocky, but whatever, you get what I mean.
Right.
If you're a salesperson, you need to sell, and that's it, nothing else. Don't make me think. That's actually where I want to go with this. I've said this a lot, and sometimes it comes across the wrong way, but just to double down on it, don't you dare make me think. Don't you dare make me think. I am a salesperson. I call and I convert. Yeah. If I get somebody on the phone, I'm closing them. Okay, and we're gonna make it happen. I'm either figuring out they want to buy or figuring out that they don't. Right. Making a disposition and moving on. But that's the thing. What do you do next? Do you have to think about who to call next? Do you have to think about what to do next? Or is it call next lead, call next lead, call next lead?
Yep.
Translate my passion into how does Shape actually do that? Don't make me think.
End of the day, it comes down to the prioritization of your leads, right? Now, that said, there's been systems in the past that is Jimmy's lead. And only Jimmy can see it. It's only Jimmy's lead. And if you wanted someone else to help Jimmy, because Jimmy needs help, you just heard it. He wants to sell.
Right.
But there's other things that need to be done. And so the ability to be multi-object, to allow to be assigned to multiple people, have a team of people help you do things, right? Have a junior person who may be an up-and-coming loan officer, up-and-coming salesperson. They need to be able to learn on the fly and use experience. But we don't want to assign Jimmy's high-dollar lead over to them.
Right.
How do we do it? Well, so in Shape, we have multi-lead owner, you can have multiple people, they all have their own priority view, they have their own strategy, they have the ability to see the fields you need them to see, and everybody is pressing call next lead, call next lead, call next lead, and when you're doing that, the power of your team just went through the roof.
Dude.
Shape brings it all together with that multi-user perspective of it. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Throwing in lead scoring, thinking about status updates from other systems, whether or not they opened an email or clicked on a link, or they filled out the portal halfway and stopped. Like, all of these things are super powerful for what is the next lead to call.
And that's just the thing. So that's why data integrity is so important, is that if you do know that they're opening an email, or you do know that one person didn't watch your video at all, but one person watched it to its entirety, and oh, by the way, they watched it just right now, they just finished, when do you think the best time to call them is? Man, probably right now.
Right.
And that should go to the top of your list while you're actually making your call session.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing, is that it's all thought through. You don't have to think. Don't make me think. So, what is a chief product officer? Scott Payne, chief product officer. I mean, you need to say it a couple times. It's kind of like, for me too.
Hard to say a little bit.
I'm the chief creative officer. That's
I think I've said it a couple wrong. Creative, creation.
Content, yeah.
Yeah, so chief something. But, really to me what it is that, as you probably hear in my voice, talking about certain use cases and ways to build things and how to integrate with a partner the right way and how to build things in a way that's scalable, that doesn't cause strain on your company, that allows you to flex up and down if you needed to. Those types of things are the things that I'm so passionate about.
I know, man.
And so from the product standpoint, I'm already, I'm slowly moving into the role. They have this amazing roadmap, and they have all these products, by the way, that have been built and haven't been released yet. Like, there's just stuff that's there. It's crazy, right?
So much coming out.
So I'm in the process of learning all of those things so that going forward, I can help drive that roadmap. And at the end of the day, I'm on the road talking to customers. I'm talking to partners, talking to people. And I'm understanding what are the needs, what are the pain points, and understanding what those are so that we can take advantage of those things, or fix those things within the product standpoint. A lot of people get in a room and like, let's build this product, let's build this product. They're not talking to the actual customer. 100%. They're not going through the customer experience and
what the problems are. Right.
Exactly. So that's what I think I bring, being that I've been a salesperson, I've been a sales manager, I've been in marketing, worked for a software company, I've seen everything. I'm able to tie that all together to build an amazing product going forward on what's already been built on.
All right, I think that's a wrap. LeadsCon 2023.
Get to see you in person, dude.
Love it, brother. Love it, man. This has been good.